How are you today, Miss Mikami?
I'm great, fine.
Excellent. So, welcome to your first official counseling session with us. What I suggest we do during this first meeting is have a quick review of the preparation schedule, okay? Now, this schedule outlines all the necessary preparation steps that you have to consider before you send your application to the MBA programs that you're interested in. Does that sound okay?
Okay.
Alright, so let's take a closer look at this page. Now, to help orient you and help you understand what this schedule says, at the top, along the horizontal axis, you can see a timeline of sorts. Now, on the rightmost edge is your application deadline. And then counting backwards towards the left, you can see 2 months before your deadline, 4 months before, 6 months before, and so on. Now, right now, we're about 6 months before the likely application deadlines will start arriving for your MBA programs. Okay? So have a look at the 6-month point, and then let's go down the vertical axis and discuss all the steps that you need to consider. So the first thing to consider is this long blue bar. And this blue bar represents your experience, both academic and professional experience. Now, because you're applying to MBA programs, the admissions committees are going to be very interested in your professional background. And generally, MBA program applicants have at least 3 years of professional work experience before they enter the program. So from that standpoint, you're looking really good. By the time you enter the program, you'll have about 4.5 years of professional experience. But the kind of experience also matters to admissions committees. And typically, MBA admissions committee members will be looking or hoping for some background in your business experience with teamwork, leadership, managerial roles. So I know that pharmaceutical sales can be fairly independent. Do you have any opportunities to play a leadership role, to manage a team, to work with team members?
Well, for my current job, not really, because the sales job is just like visit my clients and sell our products. So basically, I'm always usually alone, and it's pretty much individual job.
Okay, so that sounds like a pretty familiar explanation with sales reps. Between now and when you apply, you've got about 5 to 6 months to play around with. And during that time, if in your job you see opportunities to work with team members on some kind of project, even if it's a small project, admissions committees will respond favorably to information about teamwork background or a teamwork experience. They're not looking for you to already be an incredible manager. Otherwise, you wouldn't need an MBA, right? But they are looking for some indication that you can work well with others. And ideally, if you can be a leader of some small project, that would also be great. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, terrific. Let's move on to the next step. So, as you know, Ms. Mikami, the MBA admissions committees are going to be looking at 2 standardized test scores as part of your application, right? One of these is the TOEFL IBT exam, and the other is the GMAT exam. Right?
Okay.
So I know you've taken both of these examinations already. Do you remember your last or your best TOEFL score?
Well, my best TOEFL score was 90.
90, okay. And do you remember your individual section scores?
Okay, I guess. So the reading, I got 25.
25, okay.
Yeah. And the listening was 23. And the speaking, I got 19. And the writing is 23.
23.
Yeah.
Okay. So looking at your scores here, your weakest section, obviously, is the speaking section.
Yeah.
So just to remind you of your target, you're applying for top MBA programs.
Yeah.
And the admissions committees at top MBA programs will be looking for an overall TOEFL score of about 108 or higher.
Okay, 108.
Right. So currently your best score is 90 points. Well, that's an 18-point deficit that we're going to have to make up between now and your application deadlines.
Okay.
So this is going to be top priority for you right now, Ms. Mikami, is studying for the TOEFL exam. All right?
Okay. Yeah.
So the overall score they're looking for is 108 points or higher. And then in addition to that, they're looking for individual section scores of 25 points or higher.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
So you've already satisfied that requirement with your reading score here, but we need to bring basically all of these scores up.
Yeah, okay.
Now, one general point of advice, which I want to say right at the beginning, is that you want to be focusing on your weakest sections first. I think, a lot of our clients come in and they say, well, my speaking score is not so good, but I don't feel very comfortable with speaking, so I'm going to study extra hard on the reading and the listening and the writing sections. And if I can get all of those up to 28, 29, or 30, then I don't have to worry about the speaking score. It's kind of an absurd approach. You want to be practicing skills in all of these areas, but particularly focusing on your weak areas.
Okay, got it.
The speaking here of 19, we want to get that up.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, got it.
Now, in terms of general TOEFL test-taking strategies, let me outline a couple of different ideas I have for how to lift your score.
Okay.
All right, the first would be to invest in a TOEFL textbook. All right?
Textbook,
yeah.
Okay.
So something you can use for self-study at home. Now, if you go to your local bookstore and you ask the store clerk, where's the TOEFL section, chances are that you're going to find an entire wall of TOEFL study textbooks.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
There's a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
Well, we here have a couple of suggestions. The first one is this book. This is a book published by the Kaplan Company, Kaplan Test Preparation Company. It's the TOEFL IBT. This one is from 2008 to 2009. The year is not so important. But the reason why we recommend this particular text is that A, it has really good strategies, and B, it has lots and lots of practice problems.
Yeah.
This particular textbook has 4 full-length practice exams. So it's got good strategies and it's got good practice problems together in one text.
Okay.
All right. A lot of textbooks will offer you strategies, but not so many problems, or lots of problems, but not so many strategies. I think the Kaplan book does a really good job of balancing these.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Now, once you've gone through the Kaplan text, then there's another publishing company called Delta. And they publish books that are kind of slim on strategies, but they have lots and lots of practice problems. So once you've learned the strategies in a textbook like the Kaplan, then you can use those in practice with the Delta textbooks to really hone your skills, to really give yourself lots and lots and lots and lots of practice to work with.
Okay.